So this is huge. A lot of things happening before your eyes. We're talking about a scandal, something that's bad for your health, bad for everyone's health. Are we getting to the point where everybody is getting bought out? A place where the food pyramid has turned into a pyramid scheme. That's right, apparently a box of frosted mini wheats is better for you than a piece of grilled chicken. And this is backed by science, by NIH, National Institute of Health, which is funded by Fauci's cabal. Just incredible what our health advisors are saying is healthy for us now. What you should seriously know coming right up. If you are brand new here, welcome to our awesome community, where we give you emergency preparedness how-tos, prepping tips, and news that affects you. You can count on that weekly. If you would find value in that, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. That's right, guys. The good old food pyramid that you guys remember, it's all wrong. You guys need to be eating more sugar. Just insane. Check this out.
We're on to something big here, and it affects all of you. It's the food pyramid, which turns out is a pyramid scheme. Big Food has been buying off scientists to study some of their unhealthiest products and recommend them as a crucial part of a healthy diet. So now we have a brand new food pyramid where frosted mini wheats are healthier than grilled chicken. I swear.
And that's a big part of what's going on these days that you guys need to pay attention to. People being bought off, scientists, health professionals, you name it. This day and age, it's all about being bought off. So that's right. Apparently we have a brand new food pyramid where frosted mini wheats apparently is supposed to be more healthy for you than a piece of grilled chicken. So digging into this research is done by scientists at Tufts University, which is a safety school, paid for by Fauci's cabal over there at the NIH, National Institute of Health. So this study that they're doing, they're claiming that what you thought used to be good, meat, eggs, cheese, is no longer good for you. And suggesting that we replace those what we once thought was good foods for junk food, and recommends eating so-called junk food from the biggest companies out there. Can you see where this is going? So this is the recommended pyramid, recommending that you should minimize consumption of what you once thought was really good for you and heed the advice of the encouraged consumption stuff, which is managed by the biggest companies out there, the big food companies. You know, like frosted mini wheats, a peppermint latte, Cocoa Puffs, chocolate-covered almonds. You gotta have more of the stuff that's good for you. And you might be questioning, well, what about the clean protein? Eggs, shrimp, chicken? No, they want you to cut back on that. Cocoa Puffs, just as good for you as lean protein. Now, the people up at the GOV might not tell you this, but these happen to be all of the foods that you can get with an EBT card. So do you think the people over there at General Mills or Kellogg's think that their money has served them well with the funding over at Tufts or the grants for Fauci? So the big question is, did they put the scientists up to this? Because it sure seems that it's paying off in their benefit. Big food. So they've been asked, NIH, Tufts, Fauci, no comment. What could go wrong? A lot of ailments, illness, in which we probably need some other funded things to fix that stuff or to try to fix that stuff. And doesn't that remind you of some movies that you've watched? It sounds like they want to control what you take, control what you eat, and it's all got to be funded and provided by the big companies, by the big food, by the big pharma. One of the people in the comments a long time ago told me to go watch Soylent Green, so I did. So many things happening these days remind me of that movie. Let's see what Nina Teckalt says. She's a science journalist, also the author of The Big Fat Surprise, about this what looks like a big scandal. The big food gets richer while we get fatter.
Nina Teckalt is a science journalist and author of The Big Fat Surprise. Are you shocked by this?
Yes. I mean, I think anybody can recognize that frosted mini wheats and chocolate-covered almonds are not healthy. And the fact that this new food pyramid, as you call it, you know, there were more than 70 cereals named by brand from Kellogg's, General Mills, Post. I mean, really tells you that that is, you know, a sign of an industry-fueled study. But, you know, it's not just that particular study. On a study that I co-authored where we looked at the conflicts of interest on the Dietary Guidelines Advisory Committee, the experts that review the science for our nation's top nutrition policy, we found that 95% of the committee had a tie with the food or pharmaceutical industry. And over half of those members had more than 30 such ties. One member had 152 ties. And the most common ties were with General Mills and Kellogg's. Again, you see those names again.
So these big food conglomerates are stacking the deck inside the government, and they're paying for grants to study these unhealthy foods that then they say are healthy, and then they get recommended, and that's how these people make money.
And meanwhile, our kids, you know, they're at lunch, they're getting orange juice for breakfast. These are all meals, school meals that are, you know, that are driven by the dietary guideline policy. Orange juice for breakfast, which is like liquid sugar, followed by Cheetos, Doritos, Fritos, and Munchies, PepsiCo products for lunch. I mean, we are setting up our children for failure.
I know, it's crazy. So you guys remember those days where either your kids or yourself just got up in the morning on a Saturday morning and just wrapped your arms around a big old bowl of cereal? Well, it's because it basically was sugar, a big bowl of sugar. But that's what we've been recommended to do. That's what our food pyramid said.
Food pyramid that we were taught in school about said the recommended amount for bread, cereals, and grains was 6 to 11 servings a day. 11 bowls of cereal a day. 11 slices of bread a day.
It's like the whole box of cereal or a whole loaf of bread. And that was back in 1980. Look what's happened since 1980. Rise in U.S. overweight obesity coincides with the beginning of the dietary guidelines. And this is from Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. So how's that working out for us? And what's the big switch now? And wasn't this oriented from science? This was supposed to be good for us. Big Food spends more than $11 billion funding nutrition studies. Wouldn't you say that would influence policies, health officials, and everybody like us? So that's what's happened. NIH, National Institute of Health, Fauci's little program, went to Tufts University and said, we need a new food pyramid. A most comprehensive and science-based new food pyramid. The best food pyramid to date for us. You don't think the NIH would steer us wrong, do you? Trust me, it is getting out of control. So you once thought a balanced breakfast. The more you follow the money, it becomes more unbalanced. It's crazy, guys. According to the government, Cocoa Krispies is more healthy than a fried egg, a piece of toast with some butter. I can tell you guys what you should be doing. Working out a little bit more, eating less. And I would recommend cutting out sugar. As I'm not as fit as I was in college, the attention I'm giving to it these days, I wish I was a lot earlier. Anyway, guys, please share this, make people aware, or they're just gonna get brainwashed along with everything else. We need to keep our community smart and healthy. Let me know what you guys think. Be healthy, be smart, keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing, guys. We'll see you on the next one.